Okay, so for this video, I decided I'm gonna do my opinion on who deserves a couple awards here. Now I don't have all of them, and I'm 99% sure I missed at least 3 or 4 awards or whatever. But I want to get the big ones out of the way. So I might do a follow up video if I find the rest. I might do a follow up video to this and post for the other awards. Obviously, we will find out on this Saturday. So I'm recording this on Monday. So on Saturday will be the awards show for all of the awards here. And first one I want to talk about is the big one, the MVP. It should be Rodgers. I mean, he had he was 1 yard shy of 4,300 yards. He had 4,299 yards. I mean, 48-5 touchdown to interception ratio. I mean, what else do I need to say? If you watch this man play, he deserves it. I think he really picked up in the second half of the season. Josh Allen did too, and I am 100% sure that he is going to get some MVP votes, but I think Rodgers is going to get more than him. But I mean, Josh Allen was like right there with him, almost on par with him for MVP. But again, I think Rodgers is just beats him out a little bit. So I give the MVP to Rodgers. I just think it's as simple as that. Next, this one is self-explanatory. I mean, I don't know how you can't pick Alex Smith to be your comeback player of the year. I don't think anyone should get any votes besides Alex Smith. When you come back from a near-death experience, and you play, and then technically you help. You don't take your team there, but you help your team get to the playoffs. They haven't been to the playoffs since I think 2013. So 8 years. They haven't been in the playoffs, and they are back now. Alex Smith, I believe, when he was a starter, he has I think it was one loss in the regular season when he was a starter. Obviously, he did not play against Tampa in the wild card round, but Taylor Heinicke showed that he's capable of being that starter too for the Washington football team. So I think they're going to keep him around, but I think that Alex Smith is going to get another shot next year. But I mean, this is self-explanatory. The man came back and is playing football again. He didn't have to come back. He wanted to, and he came back. He's playing football, so he's almost automatic comeback player of the year. Next, coach of the year. Now, I know people want to talk about the Bills head coach, and everything that he's done with there. I think you got to put some of that on Josh Allen too, because I mean he's having probably 3 times as a better season than what he had last year. I mean he's really skyrocketed in the past year, and he has become very, very good. So I think you can't put it all on the coach. I think when you're talking about Kevin Stefanski, this is his first year as a Cleveland head coach. I mean they brought in people like Austin Hooper in the offseason. I mean, you took the pieces you had. You took them not only to the playoffs. Browns haven't been in playoffs in 18 years, and then haven't won an away playoff game since the '60s. So the fact that, and he wasn't there. He was at home. He was. I mean, obviously, I'm 100% sure. They were during the week. They were talking about it, scripted plays and whatnot. But he wasn't there physically for that Steelers game. And they still, with the plays and everything. Now, again, I mean, some of it's on the defense. Some of it, the Steelers were just very bad that night. Like the fumble at the first snap. Ben threw, I think it was 4 interceptions that game. But, I mean, they haven't even had a double-digit season since 2011, I want to say. I could be wrong on that. But it was early in the decade, early in the 2010s. I remember that. So, I mean, the fact that, you get a double-digit win season, you get to the playoffs again after 18 years, and then you win a playoff game, and you go and face the Chiefs, and if some things go your way, you could have very easily beat the Chiefs. I'm honestly thinking you could. If that touchdown, if they didn't have that stupid rule about, out of bounds, and it goes to the Chiefs, and, if he didn't extend it, if he didn't extend his arms and he just went out of bounds, I mean, that could have been just lifesaver there, and they could have actually, gone down the score. So I think this guy gets a lot of credit for coming in his first year, turning the Browns completely around. And 3 years ago, they had an 0-16 season, and then Baker Mayfield's been through, 2 or 3 head coaches. Everyone remembers Freddie Kitchens last year. So you're following that up, and you're taking the team to the playoffs. You did not have Odell, which is one of your star receivers. This man changed the culture. He completely changed the culture in Cleveland, and now they are a winning team. So I think it's got to go to him. I do. I think he did so much for this team, and I just think it's got to go to him. So next, Rookie of the Year. Now, everyone's going to point out Justin Herbert. It's probably going to be Justin Herbert because, it's a QB league and blah, blah, blah. Justin Jefferson, and I have stats right here. He put up, he basically broke records set by Randy Moss. Randy Moss, one of the best all time, probably top 3 all time in wide receiver. And this man broke his rookie records. He broke a couple of them. He had 1,400 yards exactly. He was targeted 125 yards. He was targeted 125 times for 1,400 yards. His longest was 71-yarder. So he has 7 touchdowns in his rookie year. He fumbled once. Yeah, but 1,400 yards and 125 receptions. The fact that he's breaking Randy Moss's records shows that this kid is good. So I think, it's probably a long shot, but I think he deserves it. Coming from a Packers fan, playing him twice a year, this kid is special. This kid is insane. So I think he's gonna win it, in my opinion. Obviously, Justin Herbert makes a really good case too, and like I said, it's a QB league, so they love to give awards to QBs. If it was not, Derrick Henry could have easily won MVP too, but that's another discussion. We got to get away from the QB narrative and start, showing more appreciation to other. I almost just said divisions, other positions on the football team, because the QB's not the only one out there. So it's got to go to him. Next, Offensive Player of the Year, got to be Derrick Henry. The man had, let's see, there it is. He had over 2,000 yards. I think he had 2,000 yards again last year too. So this man, he runs through everyone. This man just does not stop. He's a legit train. He just will not stop. He had 2,027 yards to be exact, averaging 5.4 a carry. That's pretty decent, honestly. It's his longest was a 94-yarder this year. Okay, I don't remember that, but he had a 94-yarder this year. He was given the ball 378 times. He had 3 fumbles, lost 2 of them. Okay. Yeah. 19 receptions for 114 yards. He wasn't really designed to be thrown to. But the fact that this man again had over 2,000 yards, he's easily offensive player of the year. He's just there's no stopping him. This man has been going strong, and he's gotten stronger over the past 4 years, 5 years, however long he's been in the league. He's just gotten better and better and better. Like this, you can't adapt to this. You can't. Now there have been some teams like the Packers and the Ravens where you force everyone on Derrick Henry and you can stop him, and then you make Ryan Tannehill throw, and they can lose that way. But if you can't contain Derrick Henry, then Ryan Tannehill can also go off too. So they can get that play action game going. It's if you can, it's really hard to contain them. But if you can, there's always that chance, like the Baltimore game in the playoffs this year, where they stopped Derrick Henry. I think his longest run was 9 yards in that playoff game. Actually, I have it right here because they played only one. Oh, it was 8 yards. He had 40 yards. Was that 40? Yeah, he had 40 yards on the day only. So the fact that, if you focus everyone on Derrick Henry, you can stop him. But if you had a better QB than Ryan Tannehill, which he's decent, but I mean, Derrick Henry's the star of this team. So I mean, this man is just completely insane. Next, I think this is the last award. Yes. So Defensive Player of the Year. Now why did I? Oh, that is very bad. I had the flash on for that. I'm gonna pull this up. But I am picking T.J. Watt over Aaron Donald. Again, this is a regular season award. This isn't whole season. You count the playoffs too. This is you just count the regular season. And I gotta pull this up real quick. Crap. But basically, Aaron Donald led him. I think it was in total tackles. I think that's it. So let me go. All right. Let me. Here. Perfect. Okay. So, I believe it was Aaron Donald only led him in total tackles for the year. So, solo tackles, he had 43. He had 10 assisted tackles, and he had 15 sacks. Now, if I pull up Aaron Donald's stats here real quick, Aaron Donald had. I'm sorry. It was solo. Oops, I just hit the wrong button. No, it was assisted tackles is what Aaron Donald beat him in. So Aaron Donald in total had 45 total tackles, 27 of which were solo, and 18 assisted, and he had 13 and a half sacks. So, I mean, sacks, he was a sack and a half behind. But, I mean, total tackles, 53 for T.J. Watt. And 43 solo in the regular season. I mean, that's insane. That literally is the only reason why. I mean, TJ or Aaron Donald's. If you all time since he started, he's the best. He's better than TJ Watt. But just this season, in the 2020-2021 regular season, I mean, TJ Watt just outplayed him a lot. Now, again, that depends on your strength of schedule, who you're playing, different things like that. But I mean. People are triple teaming Aaron Donald. I mean, when you have people focusing on him, it's a lot harder to get to the, whoever quarterback, running back, wide receiver, who's ever in the backfield and has the ball. I don't know why a wide receiver would be back there with the ball, but you never know. There's a lot of trick plays going on all over, but he just had the overall better stats. So I gotta give Defensive Player of the Year to T.J. Watt. He just had a really good regular season year, and then again it fell off late in the year. I mean, Steelers defense were number one for what, like first 9 weeks of the season or something like that. Like they were projected to be like really good. Now I know the Colts took over sometime around there, and then eventually the Rams finished number one overall. With the regular season, but I mean, the Steelers defense was good early in the season, and ranked number one for a while. So, but I mean, this guy just he was so good. So that is my list. So again, T.J. Watt, Derrick Henry for Offensive Player of the Year, T.J. Watt for Defensive Player of the Year, Justin Jefferson for Rookie of the Year, Kevin Stefanski for Coach of the Year, Alex Smith for Comeback Player of the Year, and my MVP is Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Like the video, share the video, don't forget to subscribe. And we are out of here. Peace.